Number 64. Draw a graduated cylinder similar to problem 63 that contains 3 liquids in the given amounts. Water, 25 grams, which has a density of 1 gram per milliliter. Gasoline, 15 grams, which has a density of 0.75 grams per milliliter. And honey, 42.6 grams, which has density of 1.42 grams per milliliter. Now, the idea behind problem 1.63 is that there are 3 liquids and they don't mix and they have different densities. The lightest liquid is at the top and the heaviest is at the bottom. And the way that you can compare the weights of liquids are by their densities. Water has a density of 1 gram per milliliter. And let's just write down what that means. Okay, so density. When we're talking about water, 1 gram per milliliter means that if you have 1 milliliter of water, then it weighs 1 gram. So think about one little teeny milliliter. So I'll draw like a miniature beaker, 1 milliliter, and it's filled with water. Then that's the weight of the water. Now gasoline has a density of 0.75 grams per milliliter. So if you have 1 milliliter of gasoline, it only weighs 0.75 grams. Okay, now 1 milliliter, it would be the same size as the 1 milliliter of water, but it would be lighter than the water because its density is smaller. Okay, and then finally, what's the last one? Honey, its density is the greatest, 1.42. So let's draw this in pink maybe. Honey, 1.42 grams per milliliter. So if you have 1 milliliter, then it would weigh 1.42 grams. And we can draw a little picture of the honey. So here's 1 milliliter of honey, and it would be the heaviest. So looking at problem 1.63, the honey would be down here, and the gasoline would be up there. Okay, so it would look something like this. Something like this. Let's see. I always draw these wavy lines on accident. So here's the graduated cylinder. The honey would be on the bottom, and the water would be in the middle. And then finally the gasoline would be on the top. But in addition to the relative positions, we would want the amounts. So we have to figure out how much volume of gas there is in water and honey. And since we know the masses and the densities of each substance, we can use the density formula, which is given in section 1.10. So density equals mass over volume. So this is from section 1.10. Okay, I'll show you that here. There it is. So section 1.10, density is mass over volume. So if you solve this for volume, then the volume equals the mass over the density. So if we take you know, water, and we divide its mass by its density. So what's the mass of the water? 25 grams, and its density is 1 gram per milliliter. So here, so water, the volume would be equal to the mass over the density, and that's equal to 25 grams over 1 gram per milliliter. And then when you do that, you see the gram units are canceling, and the milliliter is in the denominator of the denominator. It's going to come back up, and so the units are going to be milliliters, and then 25 divided by 1 is simply 25. So 25 milliliters of water. Okay, so how about the gas? Oops, let's do gas in black. The gas, again, volume is mass over density. So we plug in the mass of the gas or over here, which is 15 grams, and its density is 0.75. So 15 grams over 0.75 grams per milliliter. And again, the units are canceling, and the milliliters comes back up. So you can see the units are working out, and you're going to be left with units of milliliters. And then 15 over 0.75, let's see, let's punch it in the calculator. We bring this calculator over here now. Let me bring it up there. So 15 over 0.75, and that comes out to 20. So you can see there are 20 milliliters of gas. And then finally for honey, the volume is mass over density. And the mass of the honey is, where's the honey at? 42.6, and its density is 1.42. So 42.6 over 1.42, and its units work out, of course. So let's type that in, 42.6 over 1.42, and that comes out to 30. So 30 milliliters. Okay, so here's the honey, here's the water, and then finally here's the gasoline. So we can make a better picture than this. This kind of, it's not that good. So let's make a better one. Let's scroll down, and let's see. So how about each one of these lines represents 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. How much total volume do we need? 30 plus 20 is 50, plus 25 is 75. So we need 75. Let's bring this down a little bit further. Okay, and bring that up there. So again, these are in increments of 10 now. Each little line is 5. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, so what goes on the bottom again? The honey is the heaviest, and you have 30 milliliters of honey. Okay, so we'll draw 30 milliliters of honey. And then what's in the middle? The water. You got 25 milliliters of water that goes in the middle. So here's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. The water goes up to here. I got shaky hands. And then finally, the gasoline goes on top. It's the lightest. Okay, 20 milliliters of that, and it goes up to 75. So Gasoline up there. All right. And looks good? Look good to you?